The following people I'm about to interview will explain their situation during World War II. We have 4 different nationalities: an African American, a woman, a Mexican American, and a Japanese American. So, as a woman, were you able to serve in the war, and if so, what was your job?
So during World War II, being a woman, I was able to serve in the WASPs, and I was a fighter pilot. So I went from town to town, from country to country, and I helped deliver like supplies, fight, and like really helped with like the service of the soldiers that were fighting on land. So that was my job.
What was it like as a Mexican American serving in World War II?
Being a Mexican American in World War II really wasn't as bad as people think it was. After getting drafted into the Army, I ended up winning the Congressional Medal of Honor. I was only one of 500,000 Mexican Americans to join. Before joining the military, I was highly discriminated against. For example, when going to the movie house, I had to sit in a certain part because I was not allowed to sit with the whites. But once I joined the Army, there was very little racial discrimination.
How were you treated by the members of the
I
military?
had to conduct my work assignments separate from white soldiers. I received my medical treatment from separate blood banks, hospitals, and medical staff, and I only socialized in segregated settings. If I left my stateside base, I experienced hostile behavior from local white civilian communities. I was not allowed to have a higher ranking than a white officer if there happened to be one in my unit. I'm just thankful I even got to serve in the war.
What was it like being a Japanese American during the World War II period?
So, being a Japanese American, I faced a lot of racism, mainly because of the attack on Pearl Harbor. So, most Americans viewed me as Japanese when I was both Japanese and American. So, I was I was kind of very segregated in the American culture compared to a regular American. Like, I was viewed as only Japanese. I was viewed as I was like one of the causes of Pearl Harbor. So I faced a lot of racism, a lot of really just like abuse towards me as being Japanese. So.